So guys, this is my review for the Case Study of Vanitas, Season 1, Episode number 13. With that guys, let's dive into this episode. Now the title of the episode is called A Chance Encounter. This episode dropped yesterday, but I was just busy, and plus I was doing other stuff and resting a little bit and doing other videos. So I kind of just, basically my mind wasn't even thinking about one of my favorite animes of the winter from these past several months ago, or a few months ago. But because it dawned on me that it's back, it debuted yesterday, I was like, look, let me just knock it out. Let me watch while I'm here at work. And such a reintroduction to these characters, to this anime. Just the Case Study of Vanitas is just a really fun anime, one of my favorites during this winter pass. But basically, guys, we pick up right where we left off, where basically Vanitas and Noé, they basically were traveling to get to a specific place because they're looking for a specific beast. That's what because they were hearing about women and children being killed because of this specific beast, and they go into this place. It's real cold, it's snowing and all of that, and once they get there, things kind of pick up really quickly. The beast ends up showing up, but in the midst of that, like even prior, like when Noé was heading towards the train and he bumps into somebody and he says, excuse me, they actually have a conversation at this moment in time. I can't remember what that conversation was because I watched the episode a few hours ago, but they did indeed actually talk before they left, because at the end of episode 12 they just bumped into each other, and that was pretty much that. Like, if I remember correctly, I don't even think like they had a conversation, but in this beginning of this episode they actually did talk. They said something, or something specific to each other, like, well, at least I think the person said something along the lines of like, it's okay, no worries, I wasn't paying attention, or something like that. I can't remember. But then that was that. But like I said, this beast shows a big gigantic red beast. And also too, what it seems like, because they're in this forest, Vanitas brings it up. He talks about something that happened many years ago, like I want to say a century or so ago, and it was like sort of like a deja vu. And I want to say Dante was the one that was just like, did we go back in time? And Vanitas was saying like, it's not. He basically was saying, he was thinking to himself like, it's not like a back in time. It's not like we went in the past. Something else specifically occurred. But then like, because these soldiers come around and they don't look like the normal people who would dress as soldiers. Like, they look like they're from the past. So it's just like, even though it seems like that's the case, that doesn't seem to be the case. But something weird is going on specifically in this area that they're at, because this beast shows up. But in the midst of that happening, this new chasseur shows up, and he's killing the soldiers. And then on top of that, he runs into Noé and he tries to kill him. But then there was like an introduction, and he was saying like, do you remember me? Or you don't recognize me? Because Noé got upset because he was killing the soldiers, and he was saying to Noé like, well, they were getting in my way, and they assumed that I was a girl, because he sort of did look like a girl, but he's a guy. And Noé gets upset, and then they kind of get into a fight. But at the same time, the chasseur is basically saying like to Noé that, I am, a chasseur, and I'm out here to kill vampires, and I'm not supposed to. He was basically saying that we're not, we don't care about protecting humans, so I don't know why you're upset. But Noé's like, that's not what it's about. But in the midst of that, Vanitas is also trying to figure out some things, because they kind of got split up during this whole fiasco with the beast showing up. And then, like I said, that's the reason why Noé runs into this guy, and he he goes by the name of. Give me a second here. I'm trying to pull it up. Because I thought I just had it. I want to say. Okay, so his name is Astolfo or Astolfo Granatum, and he's a part of some specific family because he ends up having a specific conversation with Vanitas later on in the episode. But Vanitas says some stuff to get his attention. But what we do see with the beast showing up, that Jane shows up out of the blue. She shows up, of course, shocking Noé and Vanitas as well. But Jane shows up to fight the beast, and she's in the midst of, like, all this stuff is happening. Like Vanitas was, I guess I want to say, he was sort of being chased by the soldiers. Noé started to fight Astolfo, and then, like I said, Jane is up here fighting the beast on her own. But in the midst of all of that, all of this happening, Noé and Astolfo get into a little bit of a scuffle. Like I said, but at the same time, eventually Vanitas and Noé get back together, and this is where Vanitas is basically talking specifically to Astolfo, because he is trying to get through to Noé to tell him, like, you're being distracted. You're not focusing enough because your emotions are getting the best of you. Plus you too were kind of treating Astolfo like a girl, weren't you? And he was shocked, and he started to calm down. And then we see that Astolfo gets he stops killing the soldiers, while, again, like I said, Jane is still fighting the beast. She even uses a powerful attack against the beast. She even calls out to the beast, like, I know this is you, Chloe, and I need to kill you. At some point, Noé tried to talk. He was able to get around to Jane and be able to and have a conversation with her briefly. He was just saying, like, we can't kill the beast. Vanitas is here to cure it. Blah blah blah. But Jane, she was just like, nah. I'm a part of the bureau, and I need to do my job is to kill the beast. So, but like I said, eventually, Vanitas grabs a hold of Noé here in this scene, and he's like, I got you, we're gonna get this done the right way. And he literally he says out loud, saying, oh my gosh, Chaucier is here, oh my gosh, we should be safe. But then he was like it has to be rolling. He called out saying it has to be rolling. Oh wait, it's not rolling, it's Astolfo. It's not rolling. I mean, we feel safe, but it's not rolling. Like, it's not him. It's Astolfo. Astolfo's okay, but he's not rolling. So basically, him saying this out loud, he's basically taunting Astolfo, and it pisses him off, because he basically does not like rolling. He feels like he's better than rolling. He even says it, like, you compare me to somebody as low as him. Noé even to the point, Vanitas is even to the point where he talks about his father and saying, like, they must be at the low end of calling for help for Chaucier to choose you. Your father must have been the one to pour some money into this pot to be able to get you out here. This is crazy. Like, he pissed him off. Like, so interesting introduction to Astolfo, but at the same time interesting way to show off his character and what he believes, how he reacts to Vanitas, and what he's saying out loud. Very interesting stuff indeed. But eventually, Vanitas tries to use, the book to look to cure the beast. And I want to say that Stolfio was the one that threw this little knife at the book to knock it out of the hand of Vanitas. He even broke the chain because in the midst of him trying to get ready to use the power of the book, he broke the chain with the knife as he threw it to knock it out of his hand, and then the book ended up still using power anyway. His flashlight. And also too, Nadine showed up. The ghost like evil. I want to say the actual bad guy of this thing showed up with a crew of like clowns and stuff. Like they popped up out of nowhere, and they surrounded a lot of the people, and to the point that it was like they were talking in like they were acting like somebody that specific people knew from their past or something like that. Like even Astolfo, like the one of them said to like big brother, stuff like that. Big brother was calling out to Astolfo, and then he just like raged and like sliced the necks off of these clown dudes. Like there was a floating well skeleton flying in the air along with this clown train. Like it was just really weird. But like I said, Nadine shows up because Vanitas calls out to her when she wraps her hands and stuff around him. She was saying like, it's good to see you again, Noé, blah blah blah. But like I said, once all of that occurred, that's when we get Vanitas trying to use the book, and then like I said, I believe it was Astolfo that knocked it out of his hand, and the book still uses power. Flash of light happens, everything goes white, and then next thing you know, all this snow. See the snow. This person walks up to the book, grabs it. It's this dude, random dude. He picks it up, and then he goes over to where Noé is lying on the ground. He looks injured, and this girl was sitting next to him, and the guy was like, "Are you ready to go back to the castle?" Chloe. He says her name, Chloe. So it looks like Chloe was the beast. She was no longer the beast. She says to him like, my leg is hurting. Can you carry me? So basically, because the fight that Chloe had as the beast against Jane, because Jane did indeed hit the leg of the beast in their battle, I definitely want to say that indeed was Chloe. So and that pretty much ends the episode. So definitely, like I said, there was a lot of stuff that was going on in this episode, but it was still just a great start to the rest of the season for the second core. I really enjoyed it, and I'm definitely looking forward to episode 14 to come next Friday. But with that, guys, leave some comments in the comment section below. What did you all think of the debut of episode 13 yesterday? Like I said, I just sat down to watch it today while I was at work, knocked it out, and I really enjoyed seeing Vanitas and Noé and crew back in action, back in rare form. But let me know your thoughts in the comments, guys, and I will hopefully talk to y'all next time with more of the Case Study of Vanitas videos. Peace, guys.